Hello everyone and welcome to Divine Debut. Thank you for being here. These are your readings from May the 1st until May the 15th of 2020. I will be doing a Celtic cross, but I will be starting this reading with some planetary news. Just looking quickly at the stars. If you want to stick around, you may do so. As with the reading today, I will be taking the Connolly tarot for the main spread. I will be taking a couple of cards from the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels. At the end of the reading, you'll be able to ask your question and get an angel answer. I will be using the Vera Sibilla, which I use many times, usually on the longer readings. I will be clarifying the reading with the small Rider-Waite. And I will also be taking a couple of personalized messages from the characters that are showing up in the reading. So do stay until the end of the reading. I will have in the description box below the timestamp, so when the tarot starts, for those of you that are not interested in the astrology. Also, I'd like to mention that I do take a guidance card every day on social media. My links are in the description box below, and I also do a reading, the daily divine spread for all of you, and I keep you guided daily as what is going on the collective scale, but as well as on a personal. I do read the cards as they speak to me, how I feel they should be read, so I do hope that you are enjoying these daily readings. Okay, I think I will leave it at that. Let's start off with the astrology a little bit for May, as I always do more astrology at the beginning of the month than in the mid-month readings. I'm also uploading, I forgot to say, love readings. Okay, and the love readings usually go from mid-month to mid-month of the next month. So I've done April until mid-May now. You can watch those. They're up on my channel. I think that's all I've got to say. Let's quickly look at May and the astrology. What is important to say is that Venus moving through the sign of Gemini, she's actually going to be turning retrograde on the 12th or 13th of May, depending on where you are in the world. Venus will be retrograding until roughly the end of June. She'll be coming out of shadow in July, so she will be in that sign, the sign of Gemini, for quite a while. She will be squaring over to Neptune in the sign of Pisces. It will be, most of her transit, her retrograde motion will be squaring Neptune, and this is Venus trying to make sense. Okay, where there is no sense, where there is confusion, Neptune. She's also going to be showing us what is valuable, what we love, what is the truth, because Gemini is all about the truth. It's all about communicating. In relation to what is important to us, what we want to manifest. Now we know that Venus moving through the sign of Gemini, right across is Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, which is right across, it's in opposition to Gemini. Sagittarius is all about the truth. So Venus is now trying to communicate and work through any problems. We know that with retrograde motion, it's a time to redirect the energy, go inwards, as we know that the planet is more closer to the earth, and therefore its energy is more amplified. And interesting to know that Jupiter, the day after, will be retrograding. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, which is right across. So that'll be interesting. Now, what else we've got in the month of May is that we're having a super full moon in the sign of Scorpio. We know that Scorpio is already very deep and transformative. So things that have been hidden, which is Scorpio, secrets, fears that have been hidden, that haven't been shown to us, will be, as a full moon is a culmination. There's a lot of light. It's the reflection of the moon and the sun. So we get to see what endings are around the archetype of Scorpio. Okay, so that's going to be happening on the 7th of May. Okay, 7th of May, and that'll be very interesting, as we know it's going to be very transformative, whatever we're going to be shown. Now, that's the new moon. We had a new moon in Taurus at the end of April, and now we're going to see the full moon culmination in the sign of Scorpio. And we know that Scorpio and Taurus are right across from each other. Whenever there is a new moon in one sign, the opposite sign has the full moon. So, a new moon in Taurus, as we're still in Taurus season. Happy birthday to those of you that are Tauruses. We always have that new moon in our birthday. So obviously the moon is brand new in the sign of Taurus. Now we're going to see the culmination in the sign opposite, which is Scorpio. And, well, it's going to be very interesting to see. Now we're going to have in the month of May, on the 22nd of May, we're going to have a new moon in the sign of Gemini, as we will, towards the end of May, we move into the time of Gemini. So I'm going to wish those of you that are Gemini happy birthday for the later part of May. You will be having your new moon. So a new moon in the sign of Gemini on the 22nd of May. Now, on May 11th, Mercury will be entering Gemini, as Mercury is still now in the sign of Taurus. Okay, so today is the 30th of April, and Mercury is still transiting through the sign of Taurus. As I said, on the 11th, moves into Gemini. We know that Mercury rules Gemini, and therefore this will be strong communication. We know Mercury is about business, collaboration, anything to do with the internet, okay, anything electronic, anything that speaks to mobility, and anything surrounding communication. And at the end of May, Mercury on the 28th will be moving into the sign of Cancer. Now, so Venus will be transiting through the sign of Gemini the whole of the month. Mars will be entering Pisces, as Mars is still transiting through the air sign of Aquarius. Mars is fire, air is what is Aquarius, so fire and air, there's quick movement with Mars through the sign of Aquarius. On May 13th, Mars will be moving into Pisces. That nebulous area of Pisces will be slowing Mars down. Mars is practically, that's how I feel, Mars slows down in Pisces, as there is a lot of nebulous, yes, lack of clarity, but it's also, Pisces is a water sign. So water trumps fire, it puts it out, so it slows it down. Okay, Jupiter, as I said, will be retrograding, yes, in the sign of Capricorn still. Saturn on May 11th will start retrograding back. Saturn in Aquarius, it's roughly just past the 1 degree. It will be moving back towards the area of Capricorn. Saturn rules both Capricorn and Aquarius, so it's comfortable in both places, but Saturn in Aquarius is more lighter. It's not as heavy as what in Capricorn. Now it's moving back towards Capricorn again. It's going to finish anything that it left behind. And we know that Saturn is much more heavier in Capricorn, but it will be moving backwards to, re-look at something before it starts to move direct again. So they're the most important things to mention. I just wanted to mention also that full moon in the sign of Scorpio will be around the 17-degree mark on May 7th. So for those of you that are familiar with your charts, you can see what is happening around that 17th degree mark. If you've got something around the 17th degree of any fixed signs, because Scorpio is fixed. So the fixed signs are Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. Okay, so anything that is any planets or points that you've got around those degrees, it means that you will be affected very strongly by this full moon. Also, I'm going to mention the most important thing I nearly forgot is that around the 5th of May, the nodes, North Node, South Nodes of the moon will be changing. North Node in the sign of Cancer will be moving into Gemini, and the South Node in the sign of Capricorn will be moving into Sag. We know that the nodes move in the opposite way to what the planets do. So we're leaving the areas Cancer, home, Capricorn, work, career, and we're moving into North Node in Gemini, which I've already mentioned what Gemini is all about, and Sagittarius is all about freedom, going on that adventure. That's where the South Node will be, leaving old structures, old beliefs in the past. We know that the South Node is something that's very familiar to us, and it's very, very karmic. So leaving things to do with Sagittarius. Sagittarius is also foreigners. It's also higher education. It's the house of philosophy, and we know that Gemini is all about learning in a group environment, what is close to our foundation, our neighborhood, any teachings and anything to do with, again, communication. Fresh energy is Gemini, whereas Sagittarius is more the philosophy. It's the wisdom, the wise. So North Node will be moving into Gemini, South Node will be in Sagittarius. Okay, and I will more than likely put in something. I'm going to do another video more than likely on the nodes as soon as I have these videos up. So I want to leave the astrology where it is at the moment. Thank you so much for listening. Let's now go on to your tarot reading, everyone. Hello, dear Scorpio. How are you all? Thank you so much for being here. This is Kathy from Divine Debut, and this is your May 1st until the 15th of 2020. It is a general and love reading. I want to thank you so much for being patient as well. As this is up a little bit late, I want to thank you for all that you do for my channel. And let's look at your Celtic cross, as I do usually at the beginning of the month. Scorpio, please, Spirit, Scorpio. And for those of you that are interested in what's going on in the astrology, I do speak of the astrology daily on my daily divine spread. As well as that, the first part of the video that you've more than likely jumped has got a lot of details. So it's up to you if you want to know what's going on up there in the ethers. Let's see, Scorpio, what's happening for you and your general and love life. In the now position, we've got the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands says to me that you've already planted the seeds, or you're planting them now. You're planting them now as the door is open. Even though you've been through a lot, look at that tornado in the background. Yes, we've all been through a lot, we know that. Now this could concern work, of course, but it can also concern any part, any area of life. It is a very good time to plant those seeds right now, especially if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. What's your challenge? The sun. Yeah, so the sun is all about taking that risk, going for what you want to accomplish. This is Leo. Leo is all about having the courage to create, having the ability to create. Now the sun is in the challenge position. Leo is also true love, but it's also children, as well as after this burden, being a little bit more positive. That's what the sun speaks of. It's all about fun. It's the house of romance as well. So if you've been bogged down, weighed really heavily with what's been going on, the challenge is to see the brighter side of life, the good side to things that are happening for you and in your life. Now the sun also speaks of healing. Okay, healing. So the challenge is for us to heal quickly and to continue. What's at your foundation? We've got the star, another illuminary. And the star is Aquarian energy. The star is saying that what you're building on here is something that is a wish fulfillment for you. And you're coming towards the end of it, but there is an ending of a cycle and a beginning of a new one. So let's see what's in the recent past. Two of Wands. And in this Connolly tarot, I do see that the second wand is being brought by birds. So this is aligning, teaming up with, I'm going to say, with someone who feels the same as you do on a new venture, a new project, a relationship where there's a new chapter starting. Now the Two of Wands is, of course, the doors are closed. The world doors are closed, but this will not last forever. We've got the world ball here, so the Sagittarian energy speaks to me in this card, and for some of you this is a choice that someone has made in the recent past, and they could be communicating that to you. Let's see what's in your trajectory. What's on your mind? What are you trying to accomplish? And the Hanging Man. The Hanging Man is saying that, yes, you're looking at things from a different perspective. You have sacrificed more likely a lot. This stoppage that we've been through recently has asked for more sacrifices. We also know that Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. So there is the completion that I would say that the seeds that you've either planted or you're planting are set on something that can show up for you in the near future. The star is a futuristic card, but the star is also friendship, things to do with friendships, being part of a larger group, but being the eccentric, being the one that will bring in the revolution, the newness to some sort of a situation. We know that Uranus is the ruling sign, the ruling planet of the sign of Aquarius, and therefore Uranus is moving through Taurus. Uranus has just had a conversation with Mercury. Mercury's been down in the dungeon. Mercury has communicated things that are transforming from Pluto. Okay, with Pluto, there's been a conversation of tension, and the newness is coming in. Now Mercury is slowly moving closer to the sun. So I'm going to say that whatever is going on for you, dear Scorpio, this is your house of partnership and others. So something will be communicated where relationships, partnerships of any kinds are concerned. And this is something new coming in and doing things in a different way. But this can also mean, because Taurus, your seventh house, is all about something that is stable and something that we love. And I'm going to say that Venus, the goddess of love, admiration, values, money, and everything that is of worth is going to be retrograding in your eighth house, which is your natural house. So interesting to see what is going to come in for you. Let's take the near future, and we've got the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is usually leaving a situation behind, but in this Connolly tarot, she is having a conversation of enlightenment. She is open emotionally, as there is an offer here. Now, she's leaving the confusion, I would say, leaving the confusion as enlightenment is coming through. She is receiving this enlightenment, something that's going to make her happy from the divine, from spirit. I think that the messages that are coming through will be something that will give you the clarity and will start your healing. Your challenge is to move towards that. Okay, let's see what's in the position of you. And you've got the Ten of Pentacles, dear Scorpio. So things relating to family, marriage, commitment, long-term projects, businesses, anything like that. This is a card of marriage. It is also a card of prosperity and a group situation. People that feel like family, extended family, family values, traditions, anything like that. What's surrounding you, Scorpio? And you've got the Nine of Swords. So whoever you're dealing with, I do feel as though could be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Aquarius would be more than likely. Sun, Moon, or Rising, of course. Someone is up in their head. They're not seeing the light, but it is a 9. And 9 is all about stress-related matters. We have been through a lot, obviously, and some people take it easy and others don't take it as easy, and they have trouble with it. So you are dealing with someone that's up in their head. They're trying to use their logic more than what their higher self. What's in your hopes and fears? We've got the Queen of Cups. So some of you are hoping for this water sign. Could be a Pisces. Could be a Pisces. Could be a Scorpio. Could be even your energy. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, of course. The Queen of Cups is someone that's very intuitive. If this is who you are dealing with, you're hoping that they will open their heart. You're hoping that they will be open to connect on an emotional level. And you're also hoping that you can use your strength, so your strong intuitive side. As Scorpio, you are very intuitive, to see what's going on in your emotional life. Queen of Cups. She's all about the knowledge. Let's see what the outcome is. And we've got the Six of Swords. So Six of Swords is leaving troubles, crossing over that bridge onto the other side. And what I mean by that is taking the action. In this card, as you could see, she's holding a torch. It looks like a wand. So whatever we're trying to manifest here, whatever we're trying to, whatever we've got the energy that we're putting into, there is a sense of crossing over. So not being stuck anymore, but the movement actually being made. We've also got another card of movement here. What's at the bottom of the deck? And we've got the Magician. Those of you that are dealing with someone who may have given you a lot of heartache and difficulty, someone who maybe was not open and they were not speaking truthfully to you. I do feel that with this card here, the Magician, which is usually the energy of Gemini and Virgo, the Magician is all about clarity. It's the ace. It's seeing that you've got all the tools, that you can manifest whatever situation is going on around you. This is a reflection, of course, of the sun and the earth. So what stands in between that is the power within. Now, the Magician is all about, yes, collaboration, communication, moving. We know this is Mercury, and Mercury is, as I said, Gemini. Gemini is where Venus is retrograding. Gemini is all about using the logic. Virgo is all about putting in the effort. So, yes, whatever we're going to find out, we're going to communicate about, will give us some sort of a power here to make that move. Some of you may be releasing yourselves from a hard situation, one that you've sacrificed a lot for and not seen the rewards, especially in the Eight of Cups here. So you've been looking to your higher self to receive the clarity of what you need to do. But you've been up in your head about it. There's been a lot of stress here for you. So you're using your intuitive side, but then And then your logic is more than likely, I would say, agreeing to follow. So let's see what's beneath the Magician. We've got the King of Wands, and this is a Leo, more than likely. For others of you, could be Sagittarius. Aries, I suppose, could be as well, but because we've got Leo here, the sun is Leo. So the King of Wands, I'm not in this deck. He's not my favorite character. So I'm going to say that for those of you that have been dealing with some sort of a trickster, the King of Wands could be someone who is just all about their desires. Okay, this is someone who is very talkative, he loves to be in the company of others. Sometimes his desires come before his logic. He's someone who's usually very spontaneous. He is a leader. So for others of you, this is someone that you're hoping to communicate with. And for others of you that are leaving this King of Wands behind, this is someone that you're finding out the truth, that they may have worked for their own personal gain, their own desires, than wanting to team up and, come together and work together as a team. It feels as though this King of Wands wants all the glory himself. That's what I feel here, if this is a Leo you're dealing with. What's beneath that? And we've got the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands and Ten of Wands. Now, the Nine of Wands could mean someone's put up a wall, okay? Whether it's you or them, there's been some sort of a blockage here. Let's take the romance angels and see what's going on in your love life, Scorpio. Now that wall, the Nine of Wands, could also mean the lockdown. So doesn't necessarily mean that you're all moving away from this King of Wands. It's going to be a different situation for each of you. But what I feel is that now this King of Wands is being given the tools and they're able to manifest. Now this could be your energy as well, dear Scorpio, as many times you do show up as the King of Wands for me, because we know Scorpio is all about their desires, and therefore Scorpios love the color red. So fire is red, and I do see that a lot in Scorpio people. Let's see what's going on in love. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So yes, that's why we've got the sun in the challenge position. We've got let go of control issues. Yes, allow this situation to unfold naturally. So some of you may have been dealing with someone that was quite controlling. You wanted a lighter atmosphere, and this could be the opposite way. You've been taking things way too seriously. Dear Scorpio, some of you, maybe because of the depth, the heaviness of Pluto, and Pluto can also mean control. What the cards are saying here is that you may have been dealing with someone that was more about the play, the fun side of this relationship. And it's saying just to lighten the atmosphere here, let go of those control issues. As we know, trying to control a situation only stops it. It stops it from happening, and it pushes it further and further away. What's next? And we've got calling in your soulmate, Scorpio. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And this is Archangel Michael for me. Okay, this is a divine card here. Your soulmate is being called in. Will you let them in, or will you travel to them? As we know, the Six of Swords is leaving troubles behind and moving. This could mean moving literally over water. What's underneath? Pay attention to the red flags. There is this also. So I'm going to say, for those of you that have been dealing with a controlling past relationship, we know that the Plutonian energy, controlling is that Saturnian energy. Now, Pluto and Saturn being very close together. Jupiter's there as well, and Jupiter is all about expanding. It's also the sign of philosophy, the planet of philosophy. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. That is also the sign of truth and long-distance relationships. So there is, we're trying to expand, but Saturn is trying to crystallize something, bring it into fruition, to materialize. And Pluto is bringing in the transformation. So this could be something around that. So what I mean by that is that with Saturn, that's going to be turning retrograde very soon, in about 10 days, it's going to give us that breathing space for the expansion. Jupiter is also going to retrograde as well. Pluto's already retrograding. So things to do with the past will be coming up. Yes, it will be a time of turning inwards and looking at a past situation, not starting something new. Now, your soulmate is trying to come in, but the controlling energy here is still here. So I feel as though with these retrogrades coming in, it's going to be a good opportunity to be able to work on things that we're trying to materialize. What's beneath the pay attention to the red flags? We've got true love. Okay, this is the romance of a lifetime. The fact that this card is underneath says that it's something to do with the past. Religious factors, which is also Jupiter. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So we are walking on our spiritual path. Religious beliefs are going to be changing. They're going to be going through transformation. If it's not religious, it's just our childhood conditioning and our beliefs, as the North Node will be moving into the sign of Gemini in about 3 days, and the South Node will be moving into the sign of Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, where the South Node is, will be letting go of past beliefs, of the past. So we're restructuring the way we think and what we, how we want to connect, how we want to commit to others that could be at a distance from us, could be from different backgrounds, different religious groups, could be anything like that. So I feel as though Scorpio is more than likely dealing with someone that could be from a distance. Okay, let's take some new cards. Let's take another layer and see what's going on here. Okay, that card can be the first card on the 10 of Wands. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, everyone. This is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. This is the mother. This is someone who's very stable. Queen of Pentacles could also be someone who is the half of the home. We do have the family card here in the position of you. This does signify that the seeds that you're planting now, or you have, the challenge is to see the success in whatever you've been trying to manifest, whether this is a business, whether this is a love relationship, or the love of the people you call family, as we know that the Sun card is also children. I feel as though Scorpio is the sun, or, the pillar of stability that surrounds the family, or that is the center of the family. And I do feel that that is the case here. Now, this could also mean that you are being viewed by a partner as a very good mother. Let's look at the Sun card. We've got the Six of Pentacles. So yes, this is coming into balance. And as I said before, dear Scorpio, try and keep it light. Try and lighten the weight the heaviness that's around here, as it does say playfulness here. And I did say before that you may have been dealing with someone that needed more of a fun-loving side of you, dear Scorpio. So I do feel as though that will be the healing, that will be your healing in this connection or in whatever you are trying to do. Next two cards, we've got the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So these could be two different people, but doesn't have to be. We've got the King and the Queen of Pentacles now. And we've also got the Knight of Cups. For some of you, this could be a third person, yes. But I think more than likely it is an offer that's coming through. The King of Pentacles is your counter half. This is your very stable king, the person that is not going anywhere. The King of Pentacles is also someone who puts a lot of value into what they own, what they manifest, and what they work towards. Now, this could be someone that's giving you some sort of an offer that could maybe bring success to you. This has happened in the deep past. Could it be that this offer is coming back around? Could it be that that is the case? Now, you could be at a distance, as the star is something at a distance, but we could also say that this offer will be shown to you in the future, as the Aquarius card, the star card, is a wish fulfillment. And whatever this is, it's an offer that's going to bring you in some sort of a stability. This could also be an offer for a commitment, as the Knight of Cups is looking towards the family card here. Okay, so really interesting. We've got a fair few pentacles here. King and Queen of Pentacles. Scorpio, this is your house of partnership, right? The house of Taurus. So this is your karmic partner. Now, when I say karmic partner, doesn't necessarily mean that it's a karmic relationship. It means that it is a fated relationship. Let's have a look at the Two of Wands in the recent past. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So things had stopped. Maybe the communication had stopped. Someone is planning, strategizing before they actually send that message, before they share with you that they desire the same thing, the same partnership, to have a partnership with you, whether this is a work partnership or a passionate relationship. Someone desires to bring your two worlds together. Let's look at that Hangman. Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, more pentacles here. Those of you that have been striving for something to, to get moving, to get the ball rolling, whatever you've been holding on, it is saying that you will have the enlightenment of it. So then you will be able, because this is a card of lack of movement. There is death here. There is something that is not moving is dead, right? It's not coming to life. And the Hanging Man says that you needed to have some sort of clarity through spirit. Now, this could also be some sort of an awakening that someone that was holding back on is having. Okay, they needed to finish some sort of a cycle in their life before they could open up to the possibility of what can come of it. Four of Pentacles is also holding on for dear life, holding on to something that you unconditionally love. That's something that may have needed clearing. So to clear up the confusion, which is the Hanging Man. Let's look at the Eight of Cups. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles says that someone is looking at the situation. They are being obviously showed the way in the near future, but they're stopping to think about it, to see whether it's something valuable enough for them. Some people are fearing leaving things that they've invested in. They're worried about leaving their investments behind. So they're just stopping for a moment to think. Let's have a look at that Ten of Pentacles. There will be movement, and we've got another card of stoppage, the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords, again, is a card of maybe trying to overcome any pain that you've gone through. This is the Three of Swords above your head. This could also be surrounding family. Okay, this does speak about your security, whether it's financially or emotionally concerned. This is you taking a little bit of time out here. This could also mean that, as I said, things about religion and traditions and your beliefs are going through much change here. Your childhood conditioning. Let's have a look. Now, I'm going to say that if you are dealing with an earth sign, more than likely Taurus, they may also have Aquarius or Libra strong in their chart. They may have been ill, because this could be a card of illness, or the fact that this lockdown has kept us stopped and we haven't been able to manifest. So we've put our lives on hold, and that's probably why we've got the Nine of Swords here as well. Someone is trying to see that they can heal whatever they've suffered with. And this could be, of course, doesn't have to be a physical illness. It could be just a heartbreak. Those of you that have been dealing with someone that was not ready for a commitment, not ready, or they were unawakened to a soulmate connection, I feel as though they've gone through much growth here. And I do feel as though there is a reflection of what you're going through, Scorpio, they've gone through as well. So let's have a look at that Nine of Swords in the external to you. And we've got the Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Someone is willing to take a risk. They're going to send that message. They're going to travel the world as soon as the doors are open. They're going to take a risk. They want to go on that adventure. They want that new beginning. They want to create with you. Let's have a look at the Queen of Cups in your hopes and fears. And we've got another page, Page of Pentacles. Okay, someone is studying something that they're wanting to grow. Page of Pentacles is that Ace of Pentacles that he holds in his hands. This is a message of stability, something that is physical and real. So what I feel is that you're trusting your intuition, that what you're hoping to grow is going to manifest, and that I feel as though you're waiting on that message to come through. That message, as the Page of Wands is more or less about the adventure and the fun, whereas the Page of Pentacles is more about growing that pentacle into the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel as though you've been on both of you have been on two different sides of the fence. So different beliefs that are changing. That's what I feel here. Yes, so what I feel, dear Scorpio, is that the feminine energy, whoever this is, whether this is you or your partner, they're more stable. Okay, we've got the Queen of Pentacles here, yes, but the King of Pentacles here in the distant past is also showing up as the Knight of Cups, which is about romance and light-hearted emotions, not a King of Cups, if you get what I mean. Whereas we've got the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, and there you go. So what I feel is that you get the green light at some point and you cross over that bridge, whether it's a physical or a tangible moving. It could be even a metaphorical move, so intellectually moving out of the trouble and into the balance, balancing out your thoughts, your mind, your communications, being reciprocated. We do have 2 sixes here. Let's take a card on that 6 of Swords, and we've got the Queen of Cups again, twice. And this is you, dear Scorpio. You're moving, you're transitioning, your life is transitioning in general, and yes, your intuition was correct. Now, the Queen of Cups is someone who's open emotionally, okay? She's open emotionally, and she's also someone who can see into her future. Yep. I want to take some more cards. Let's look at a few Sibillas here. Wherever you're moving to, dear Scorpio, the emotions are going to be very strong. Your world of emotion is opening, no doubt. Those of you that are dealing with someone who's got strong water in their chart, they're waiting for you. Now, it doesn't have to be a water sign. Could be someone that's ready with an open heart. Let's have a look. I want to have a look at the external to you. What's in your environment? With the 9 of Swords and the Page of Wands. We have the card of Speranza, which is hope. We have La Reunion, Scorpio. And we have Alegria, merriment and happiness. That is a celebration, very similar to the 3 of Cups. Let's have a look at this 4 of Swords in the position of you. We have Viaggio. You are hoping to go on a voyage, or you're hoping for them to come in and meet you. Okay, this could also be a family member that is wanting to come and visit everyone. Others of you may be hoping to go and visit someone, a family member who hasn't been feeling well. We have pleasant conversations around a table. This is a beginning. It's an ace. And we've also got the Gran Signore. This is like the King of Cups. This is like the King of Pentacles. Okay, this person, whoever this is, they're going through a transformation. They are growing, I would say, as number 13 is Pluto, and it's the Death card, right? So Pluto is transitioning. So the Knight is turning into the King. And we can flip the reading, obviously, and say that this is you. This could be your energy, dear Scorpio, and you're going through some sort of a transformation. And what I see here is that once the doors are open and physical travel is possible, I do feel as though that's going to be very interesting, as nothing's going to stop you, dear Scorpio, in moving towards your soulmate. Now, this is saying calling in your soulmate. So for some of you, it will mean that they will be coming to you. Let's have a look. One more card on this Magician here. Now, for business, where business is concerned, there is a lot of hope and fear. Okay, you've been creating something. You're hoping for some sort of a gathering, a meeting, and that will take place, and it'll be quite successful. You'll be celebrating that which you've been trying to manifest and grow. Let's have a look at that Magician. And we have the Lovers here, which is Gemini. The Lovers is a head over heart decision, but it's also a very big and important connection. Whether this is business or love, this is communication. This is communication and manifestation of a dream, of a soulmate connection, of a very strong partnership as well. And because this is Gemini, right? Gemini, and we've got Gemini here, it's got a lot to do with, yes, with that Venus turning retrograding in the sign of Gemini, which will be happening in a few days. For those of you that someone's had a choice between you and someone else, they've made their choice. They've thought long and hard about it. As they were holding back, they were going through their own lessons, right? Let me take another card on this Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. And we've got the Star card here, everyone. So you know what the Star means. Yes, strong Aquarian energies here. Now, dear Scorpio, Aquarius for you is your fourth house of family. Fourth house is the past as well. And the fourth house is also about securing something, feeling secure within a family situation. So yeah, I think I will leave that as is. Let's take a message, everyone, from my handwritten cards. I'd like to take a message and see what your soulmate is thinking. Now, we do have quite a few characters here. We've got the King of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands here. Okay. And we do have a King of Cups who is not really showing up here. He's showing up as the Knight of Cups. But this could be the same person as the King of Pentacles. So someone who was more focused on business is now starting to focus more on their emotions and their love. Now, for some of you, there could be an age difference where the Divine Feminine is a little bit older. Doesn't have to be, though. That could just be a sense of maturity. Let's look at, dear Scorpio, a message from your partner. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands, as these could be two different people. Okay, let's have a look at the King of Pentacles first of all. You will always be in my heart. I can never or will ever forget you. Yeah. Let's take the King of Wands. I want to marry you. I want to share my life with you, says the King of Wands. So he does want stability. He wants something committed, something real. Now, what I feel here is that in the distant past, if there was some sort of a distancing with this King of Pentacles, which was your wish fulfillment, may have been someone that was at a distance as well. I do feel as though with the King of Wands, this is someone who is actually ready now to take the action towards stability, towards some sort of a commitment. Yeah. I want to take just one message on the Queen of Cups, which is at the end of your reading here, right here. The Queen of Cups. Please forgive me. I want another chance with you. Now, that's another 4. We've got 2 4s. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. And I want to take one message on calling in your soulmate. As someone has been trying to control a situation here, obviously, and the word control does speak of the Capricorn energies that we've gone through. Your ruling planet Pluto has been together with Saturn. So that was a very controlling time for all of us. Let's look at the calling in your soulmate. Okay, I don't want to be tied down. I will never marry. I don't believe in marriage. Wow. Now, I feel with this message that your soulmate, as I was saying before, the masculine was not as mature and ready as the feminine. They were obviously not ready to commit. Here I do see that this is someone whose, yes, beliefs are changing. I don't believe in marriage. That's a belief system. That's childhood conditioning. Let's take one more card. We know that soulmates come into our life for some lesson to be learned, right? So let's take this card that wants to open up. You are my other half. I want to give you everything in life to make you happy. So this is someone that's been awakened through the difficulties, I would say more than likely. Dear Scorpio, I want you to think of a question. Let's see if the cards can answer it for you. I am taking the angel answers. As you can see here with the Four of Pentacles, someone was closed up, not ready to open their arms and receive. They were all closed up, so bottled up, just blocking things, not blocking things from coming in, and that again has got a lot to do with letting go of control. Let's take your card, Scorpio. And we have unlikely. Let's take another card, as not all questions will be the same. So the unlikely card usually does speak of something happening differently, not in the way that you've thought of it. Let's see what else we've got. And we have in the near future. So I am going to read from the book for the unlikely card. I just want to make sure that you understand what it means. The situation you have asked about is unlikely to occur as you are imagining it. Yes, just as I was saying, there may be a different version of events that will take place, or it may be that what you've asked about is simply not in your highest, greatest good. Place your focus on an alternative possibility. Open your eyes to different opportunities. Be willing to experience a unique and more uplifting outcome than what you had planned for yourself. Now we've got in the near future here, and let's see what's at the bottom. Get more information. Wow, okay. Within the next few weeks. So we've got within the next few weeks and in the near future. We do end with a number 6, 6 of Swords. For some of you, that could be 6 days. Others of you could be 6 weeks. And for a few of you, it could be 6 months. So we are in the month of May. We could be talking about the time of Sagittarius. That's for the less amount of you. For most of you, I do believe that up to 6 weeks is that you're crossing over that bridge. All right, everyone, I will leave it at that. I want to thank you so much, dear Scorpio, sending you much love, much light, and many blessings until next time. I am uploading videos every day, so do tune in if you want the daily divine spread. Talk to you later.